Okay, so here we are again, going through some charts articles. Cyberware controversy in football. I wonder which type of football it is. Never before in a single night has a crowd snapped so abruptly and so frequently between euphoric cheers and deafening silences. The most recent match between NC Corsairs and the San Diego Shredders ended in an overwhelming victory for Night City. But it was another team that stole the spotlight. Trauma team paramedics airlifted out a record 7 players during the game due to potentially life-threatening injuries. 3 still remain in stable but critical condition. This game's usual spike in injuries has the result of a months-long feud between 2 franchises that hit a boiling point. Shredder's head coach, Darrell Irving, has repeatedly accused the Corsairs of breaking league rules by allowing players to equip military-grade cyberware. Corsairs organisation representatives have refuted the allegations, claiming the rules contain no such clear-cut cyberware guidelines. Night City's head coach even went as far to say that San Diego would be wise to make the same upgrade instead of crying like babies whenever they get their asses kicked. What he doesn't mention, however, is that the NC Corsairs have a sponsorship deal with Night Corp, granting them exclusive rights to equipment designed for the Night Corp's top-secret football science lab. Salt in the wound. Of course, unspreadingly, the San Diego faithful have argued that to the league that the use of military-grade technology is damaging to the game's integrity and future. Football analysts and commentators, on the other hand, have dismissed the controversy, saying that the arms race mentality has always been pervasive in sports. Their case in point in 2064 Night City Marathon, in a record-setting and uncontested victory, Australian runner Dominic Bohm blazed past favourites from the Czech Republic and France because of Vienna's close partnership with Zetatech. Interview with the Queen of Metro Jungle. Here is a tasty morsel for all those fascinated with the secrets of Night City's underbelly. After months of stonewalling and upsetting threats, I finally arranged an interview with a member of the Animals gang. We met in a bar on the west side of Pacifica. When she pierced my eyes with her own salty pupils, I thought back those old wildlife docu-vids I used to watch and realised I must have just felt like those gazelles did when they got ambushed by a pride of lions. Truly, thank you for agreeing for this interview. They didn't mind your pack herd? Burst out in laughter. They don't give 2 rats shits. I want what I want, when I want. They got a problem, me and them can square up. Thing is, I know they all too scared to try. We are all of the animals guided by this survival of the fittest principle. Animal, bet your ass if you ain't hard, you're bloody bag waiting to poop. That's why we bulk, raids, modified growth hormones and spend half the day in the gym. Wait, confused pause. What did you say? What, you think animals is just some cute name? Humans are weak by nature. Hippos, though, they can eat a whole croc. Can you? And, dude, tigers. 4-inch canines and 700 pounds of pure fucking majesty. And what's who we are, the alpha beasts of Night City, kings and queens of life and death. You sound like a poet. Say that again and you'll be wearing a jaw like a hat. Yes, well, it is true you reject the use of cybernetics. Yes and no, code processors can be hacked, so we steer clear of those. But retractable blades, metal claws, titanium jaws, leopard print, tech leather, that's another story. Well, I won't keep you any longer, so let me thank you for your time today. Is there anything else you'd like to express to our readers? Don't fuck with the animals, Night City will rip you apart, chew you up, and then spit you out the bones. Technology Nomad Cookbook for 2034. I'm not particularly interested in cooking. Other Spring Summer Collection 2027. Upcoming spring, don't forget aim higher with... Okay, so that's fashion. I'm not interested. Ooh, other. Memo! Jack, the fact that I work for you doesn't mean I belong to you. Put that hand on me account. Guarantee you'll be missing an arm. You think that you're hot as shit in town because you've got every NC fixer's dick in your mouth? Well, guess what? I don't care. Read this as many times as you need to so it sinks into that skull of yours, Macy. Conversation between Jack and Wilson. Wilson, it's been a while. There's this thing. I got a little too excited and lost my gig and pissed off a lot of peeps. I heard. Need some heavy gear in case someone gets a gank idea. If you catch my drift, got a Mark 31 or a SOR22 lying around. If you do, I'll take it. Don't care if it's used. Just make sure that it's what it's supposed to. I'm good for it. So, you know, I want to be 100% sure. Okay, check in. Myth of ER. Most curious, he said, was the spectacle, sad and laughable and strange, for the choice of the soul was, in most cases, based on their experience of a previous life. There he saw the soul which had once been Orpheus choosing the life of a swan out of the enmity to the race of women, hating to be born of woman because they had been his murderers. He beheld also the soul of Tyramyrus, choosing the life of a nightingale. Birds, on the other hand, like Swan and other musicians, wanting to be a man. The soul which obtained the 12-lot chase of life of a lion, and this was the soul of Ajax, the son of a Teleman. Who would not be a man, remembering the injustice which was done to him in the judgment about arms? The next is Agamemnon, who took the life of an eagle, because just like Ajax, he hated human nature by reason of his sufferings. About the middle came a lot of Atlantia. She, seeing great fame of an athlete, was unable to resist the temptation, and after her there followed a soul of Epius, the son of Panopus, passing into nature of a woman cunning in the arts, and far and away the last of who chose. The soul of Jester Titius, Thysites, was putting on the form of a monkey. There came also a soul of Odysseus, having yet to make a choice, and his lot happened to be the last of them all. Now recollection of his former toils had disenchanted him of ambition, and he went about for a considerable time in search for life as a private man who had no cares. He had some difficulty in finding this, which was lying about and been neglected by everybody else, and when he saw it, he said he would have done the same as a lot of the first instead of last, and that he was delighted to have it. And not only did man pass into animals, but I also mentioned that they were animals, tame and wild, who changed into one another and into corresponding human natures. The good into Gentile and the evil into savage in all sorts of combinations. Conversation, Rebecca and Unknown. I'm doing what I can. That is of no concern to me. I don't want the next shipment by the end of the week. And if I don't get it, please don't fucking touch her. Then you'll get another finger. You get everything you ordered, please. Good girl. How are my people doing? Are they listening? Yeah, they're helping out. And don't blame me, you brought this on yourself, and maybe not just yourself. You make up for what you owe, and we'll forget this ever happened. Eddie and Childs. Just doing my thing, doing your thing, yeah. And what's your thing? Does it involve being skits out behind the dumpsters? I can see you on the fucking cam feeds. What? No, You're supposed to be on lookout. Make sure no one's trying to fuck us. But I just don't need a little... The fuck are you taking? It helps me focus. How about I beat your junk ass. Maybe that'll help you focus. Don't tell anyone. Fuck. I'm sorry, Charlie, please. And you'll pay me and you'll get your shit together? Yeah. Anything. Jackie and Logan. I like a good fight. Question is, how much can you take? I got a thick skull and sharp knuckles, and if you say so, then it must be true. Goom, you said you don't have anyone to fight, now you do. What's there to discuss? You know what happens if you lose, Choom? Don't care, 'cause I won't lose. Okay, my people get in touch. Can't wait. Diego and Francisco. You were supposed to hand over the scratch and apologise for busting the nose. Is that really so hard? The arsehole laughed in my face, saying that I was a bitch on a leash. And that's why you zeroed him? It was his fault. He was 6th Street, you fucking gank. Shit's gonna hit the fan 'cause of you, and we don't have time for no fucking war, not now. Fuck it, we ain't no strangers to spitting lead. You don't know shit. He was from the new 6th Street, you fucking moron, with a new boss. Shit. You think Pablo just let you off the hook? Shit. Talk to him. Back me up, please. I'll try. For now, sit fucking tight and don't leave the house. Jose and Roberto. Can't right now. What's up? That caregiver never showed up. I'm here alone. Elsa Pucha Pito. I'll send one of the boys to help you. No, I need you. I can't, Abutu. I have to stay put. Please just come. I can't even stand up. I had an accident. Don't want them to see. I really can't. I'll send someone you can trust. Don't worry, it happens. Fuck this. No, and stop saying shit like that every single caregiver. Maybe then you won't have this sort of problem. Fan fiction, Omelette of Passion. Hey you, I got a story I hope you'll like. I wrote it after I watched the final Samurai concert. Just couldn't resist. No. Johnny was sitting on a windmill, sipping hot cocoa and gazed out. The sun was beginning to go down. He loved this time of day because the red in the sky made him think about a bomb that could bring down the corporate system, and because it reminded him of how fleeting life was. Then all of a sudden, smell of bacon snapped him out of his deep thoughts. He threw his mug and swore, 'cause it definitely that bitch who was trying to impress him with breakfast again. Johnny flipped back his black hair and groaned. He thought, this stupid girl just won't leave me alone. Even though he was brooding and clenching his jaw in anger, he still put on his dog tags and a little makeup to go downstairs for breakfast. But then when he got to the kitchen, he was stunned. It wasn't Alt. It was Kerry Idudorone. What are you doing here? He asked in total shock and wiped the lack of thick black hair from his eyes. Kerry stood there with a frying pan in his hand with a surprised look at Johnny's outburst. I'm making you eggs, he said, his face turning to a bright red like pepperoni. Then, a second later, with two rocker studs, both noticed the smoky smell of burning bacon. Kerry's deep brown eyes turned to the nano burner and he tried to turn it off, but then accidentally turned it up even higher and the whole nano stove burst into flames. Wow, Johnny calmly thought, looking at his tune, panicking, trying to put out the fire. Now this klutzy gonk's even in my band. But before he could make fun of him or laugh or anything, Johnny heard the loud clash of a mysterious figure landing really close to him. It was Toshiro, the infamous Arasaka Corporo thug. "It's over for you, Silverhand," said the Japanese agent with an evil smile, and then he fired at Silver-Armed Legend. No, Johnny thought to himself, I can't end this way. There are still corpses I have to destroy. I have so much left to do. I have to tell Kerry that I love him, yes. That was when he was spitting up blood on the floor and flexing his sweaty biceps and abs in pain, and raving, horrid rocker boy seized he loved Kerry. Realised he loved Kerry. Even if he was terrible at making breakfast, but there wasn't any more time to tell him how he felt. He couldn't move or talk, the pain was so bad, and then darkness. But then, the last of his strength, he saw Kerry kneel down next to him and slit his wrists with a steak knife. "Wait, what are you doing?" Johnny asked, in horrible pain. "Shut up and drink, you leadhead. I'm saving your ass. I'm half demon, half angel, and my blood holds the power to eternal life. I already killed Toshiro with a single strike of my other demon power that I used to crush Corporo scum. You crazy son of a bitch, Uridane," he said, half-conscious as he tasted the metallic taste of blood and looked deeply into Kerry's almond eyes. "Kerry, listen, I love you." "You damn fool." Then Johnny passed out and a sweaty lock of jet black hair fell across his face. "I know," Kerry said, and smiled with a tear in his eye, and because he felt the same way, he put his lips on Johnny's and kissed him warmly and softly, a tear falling on his cheek. Then he smiled, breathed deeply and slowly, and whispered in Johnny's ear, "And now we'll always be together. Lily Silverhand." The laundromat. City Hall sold. The tender for the laundromat is ours. Avocado share is 15% in this, insisting he had to pull some extra strings, but I bet we'll cover that in a year. Booze license is good from the start. We can get that beady gear from those kabuki nut jobs. Once business in full swing, we can wash out a mil a year. Maybe if Avocado can clear out the outlet, we're good. Schedule of someone. Do your job. Elevator's still broken. Second fucking week in a row. Either you fix it or you're back to pounding the pavement. Understood? I'm sure others would be happy to take your job and don't have a drug problem. Pedro and Ignaco? Fuck Ignaco. What? You know what? The fuck did you give me, trash? What was this Alabelia, you fuckweed? Hold up, what are you talking about? Went to pick up the urn with my Ubilit's ashes, right, Alina Cadero? Felt pretty heavy, so I looked inside, and what do I find? Cigarette butts, beer caps, and who knows what the fuck else. Is there nothing fucking sacred anymore? Sorry, bro, I have no idea how it happened. So find out. I want the name of the gonk little shit who did this, otherwise I'll cremate you alive. Got it? No need for that. I'm on it. Lena and Otis. Hey, what's going on with Steve? He isn't picking up or texting back. I went to his place, door was on the chain. Neighbours say they haven't seen him for days. All I know is that he's supposed to go and meet Jotaro. Said he would be getting more Eurobucks with him. Told him Jotaro's whacked in the head to be careful. So I heard. Figured you would. Didn't know what for after, but I have my suspicions. Swing by if you want to talk. Okay. Cult of Sinatrimitier, who is the Lady of the Night. About there. We don't fear death or what's to be afraid of. Santa Maria is a good friend, our close companion. We know how to talk to her, and we know there's no more room to negotiate. This is one of the first responses I heard while asking residents of Vesta del Rey about Santa Maria, sacred death, her worship. Officially condemned by the Roman Catholic Church, but heavy influence by its own rites. It's usually popular among the Mexican origin, and especially in Night City. If you realise that the cult finds this roots in ancient times, it's highly likely that Santa Maria first arose as a fusion of the beliefs of Aztecs, Mayans, and other indigenous residents of South America with those of the Catholic Church, first brought to the continent years ago by the Spanish conquistadors. Our Lady of Holy Death, also known as the Lady of the Night, Señora de la Noche, is a fascinating deity. Her wide-ranging devotees include prisoners, gangsters, and drug dealers, but also police officers, prostitutes, and others who work under the cloak of night. In other words, anyone whose life is in constant danger. Even at the turn of the 21st century, prosecuted members of the LGBT community would also pray to her. Santa Maria offers her protection to anyone who asks for it, while leaving on appropriate offerings on her altar. Rum, tequila, fruit, cigarettes, candy, and flowers. Interestingly enough, it is believed she does not distinguish between morally sound and morally questionable acts. Her worshippers pray for health and happiness, but also revenge or death of their enemies. Everyone, no matter their request, must remember one thing. Every prayer offered carries a price. If you don't pay, Santa Maria will take someone close to you, and she would have every right to do so. Santa Maria is also another Gothic goddess of the underworld. She is a saint of the rejected, the excommunicated, of those who somehow unfit to ask God directly to intervene. It would come as no surprise then that so many Night City residents consider her their patron. Josie and Gustavo. Gustavo heard what happened. You're in our prayers, amigo. We're holding mass for Martha to ask the good Lord for a quick recovery. Prayers? Thanks. I don't know what else you need, but me and my boys are here at any time. One call, we're there. Gustav and Caburio. There's a problem. You heard what happened, those pendejos from 6th. What about them? You must find them and thank them for me. I pay well. Why ask me? Can't drag my people into this, and I hear you used to have a talent for giving thanks, or am I wrong? No, it's true, I used to. Used to is right. Testing the waters? Fine, I'll double the pay. Double of 0 is still 0. Looking to start a private war, 6th Street? You've asked the wrong man. Order, ASAP. We need more candy on the streets and the warehouse of some back supply. Easter might start to dry up. We need this scratch. Fuck knows what's going to happen next. Gustav in the morning after those 6th Street arseholes did to his woman. Might finally see an end to this war. Almost there. Nolan and Zavai. So can you talk? Sorta. With my kids, watching a movie, someone from the 7th fucking time. Can't take it anymore. Anyway, what's up? About my kids, actually. About Martha. Shit knows how she's doing. Not good. She stopped answering the holo and my messages. Apparently she's in a coma. Jesus fucking Christ. Because of that dipwhite Gustav told her to stop hanging out with him, but she didn't listen. So what now? We fuck him up. Willing to pay. Shit, bro, you know I'd love to, but that shit's still hot after what happened to Vista. NCPD put a bounty on my head till I get a new faceplate or DNA masking. Can't even leave my house. I'm sorry, chum. It's cool. But ask Pedre. I'm sure he knows someone, okay? Sure, yeah. Take care. Outstanding payments. Okay. Lewis, Juicy and Pillar. Sup, got some work needs doing. You in? Dunno. How much you paying? Whatever you want. You in the lottery or something? I wish. Loaded client. Not skimping on the cash on gear, but he wants it done quiet. Sounds like too good to be true. Something off about this. Nothing's off. Ledgero vouches for him, so you in or not, cause I can ask others. I'm in, fuck it. Preem. I'll tell you the rest when we meet later. Order the precinct this week. £20. Meta Pang style coffee, 5 packets of iodine implant cleaner, 1 wide format screen, adapted to receive signals from a Kuroshi A910X, 5 Kuroshi A910X cameras. Resuming operations. Hi, we're reopening Memorial Park. Our teams have cleaned up what was left of that journalist. Looks like the train dragged her body pretty far. You can start letting people in again. Order something elimination. We have Edith Cottridge in custody, awaiting further orders. Do you confirm she's wearing a listening device? Confirmed. Understood. Eliminate Edith Kudrow for terrorist activity motivated by anti-corporate and anti-capitalist ideologies. Copy that. Important notice to all units. Due to budget cuts, we're all working on the station will cease until further notice. Yes. Job reward. Detainee Management Notebook. Detainee Management Handbook. Abridged version. 1. Confirm detainee's identity and check for active arrest warrants in the available international databases. If the detainee is found to have active warrants in the initial background check, contact the body responsible for issuing the warrant. Run a complete scan of any prohibited implants or software. Deactivate all compact implants. Conduct a full medical examination. If any signs of illness are found, the detainee shall be put under quarantine, with further action to be determined by medical personnel. If the detainee displays any aggressive behaviour or refuses to cooperate, use any and all means possible permissible means to subdue the detainee, including direct use of force. Any issues not covered in the DMH should be discussed with a supervising officer responsible for investigating individual cases. Tyler and Zach. Surprise, that site was not stationed stationed here told me I should start journaling. Want to see what I wrote? Not sure. Hon hit me. Day 1, dust shirt, tumbleweeds. Day 2, dust shirt, tumbleweeds. Day 34, dust, dirt, tumbleweeds. Is this supposed to fucking help? For real, starting to wonder who's the prisoner here, me or them. Just be patient, only a couple of weeks left. Don't think I can take it. Better try, come on. You know you got someone waiting for you back home. Reward, Benedict Nandekarms. Heard you were looking for something for that downed AV whereabouts dry wells. So happens I found it. Interested? Who the fuck is this? From the Alacodos. What's this you're on about? I'd be happy to sell. Where's your camp? I'd rather deliver it to you. If you're worried about your family, why not just trade with them? Because you are all looking for it, we don't want any trouble. Just money? Consider it a finder's fee. What I found for you is really a prize. Well, then, Trevor of the Avocados, come on and collect your prize. Instruction. Julia's got an urgent task for you. Empty out van 3 and bring us the goods to the warehouse. Leave the keys in the ignition. You got it, boss. Right, didn't expect you to keep it quiet. Sure, not a peep. Thanks. Important. Arsenal. This is a reminder of Project Arsenal is classified as top secret. If our corporation with the 6th strand goes public... if our cooperation with the 6th Street Gang goes public, our enemies will no doubt use their advantage. All communications must be encrypted, and all transportation of goods must be taken under cover of darkness with few witnesses present in sparsely monitored locations. All personnel involved in this operation must be subjected to routine inspections. Monica and Logan. Hi, this is Mr. Logan Garcia. Who's asking? Monica Steiner, Lenny's mother. Who? The boy you beat to death. Oh, him, yeah, he couldn't take it. How come nobody called me? Why didn't you call an ambulance? I didn't call one because the kid was fucking dead. He was too soft. Should have stayed out of the ring. I appreciate your candor. Message. You want to fight with the rhino? Well, it's your funeral, but I bet a heap of Eddish you wipe the floor with your ass, first round to boot. That woman's a tank on fucking boosters. OHNS in the workplace update. ONHS workplace update. Every employee should be familiar with the occupational health and safety regulation of this workplace. Database and threat assessment are available each workstation. Always ensure proper maintenance, organisation and storage of all machines and tools in the workplace. Observe and employ collective protection measures, individual protective measures, and equip all issued uniforms and footwear as instructed. In the event of workplace accidents or threat of company property, immediately alert your supervisor, then warn co-workers of the relevant threats to their safety. Remember to restrict such warnings to company staff only. Any information about the workplace, internal incidents and threats, ongoing or resolved, disseminated to the public concerns a violation of the NDA, which may result in severe penalties. Sheldon and Paula. Honey, I'm so sorry, but I have to cancel. I won't make it. Again, you say you don't care about me, and end it already. No, it's not that. This project I'm on got moved to priority 0, which means I can't leave my desk until it's done, literally. You don't even have the balls to tell me to the face. Tell you what. Fuck you, don't write, don't call, fuck off. Baby, please, let's try again, okay? Literature, whatever that is, what you slot is what you want. The girl brushed back violet like her hair from her forehead and winked at the man with the silver tattoo standing in the opposite side of the room, sending him into a studied smile of charming diz. At this moment, Lucy Murray was the fluff-brained daughter of a Cosmotech CEO known for a love of hot pink cars and an IRQ that matched her shoe size. She couldn't afford to slip out of character, not if she wanted to finish the job. Hey, she called out in a thin, paltry voice, with a note of vocal fry. So glad to come by ever since Daddy bought me this calf for my B-day. Almost no one comes here anymore. She had him then, hook, line and sinker. He turned to look her, some exaggerated yet ferocious pity in his expression, then started toward the counter. Lucy executed a quick scan to identify the organic parts of the body and prepared a hypodermic needle containing a sleeping agent. She took 3 steps into the tailored man's direction, and she's done us a dozen times before. Pretend to stumble, of course. He caught her, and as she fell into his chest, then, in a blur, Lucy injected the needle into the exposed patch of organic tissue. No gasps of surprise, no shouts, not a single peep as he slumped on the floor. Lucy smiled again, this time in triumph. I love him, Peter. She hollered towards the back room, dropping her Sugoi Valley Girl tone. Is the deck ready? Without awaiting answer, she grabbed a pair of Cosmo glasses and launched at the neurodata retrieval program. She was no longer Lucy Murray, but a elusive netrunner known as Bubblegum, the best paid data thief in Night City. But she wouldn't remain herself long. In a moment, she would soon become the man with silver tattoos. Bubblegum loved her job. Breaking into people's memories was like riding a brain dance. Views and mannerisms, it was no different this time. The tattoos man began to eclipse hers until the last letter of Lucy Murray was pushed out. His name was Mark Collins, and he was walking along the derelict metro tunnel. There was a stale mustiness in the air. Mark Collins hates that smell. It must be about here, he thought. Listen, damned if I don't know about your neural system work, so I'll say it out loud, he muttered to himself. I know if you crawl into my mind soon, the job comes for us. This is the only safe way to contact you. In a second, I'll be right below Cosmotech. I'll show you what your father keeps locked up in the basement level 5, so watch close, because only you can help us. And we're done. And you've got new again, which is annoying, because I've done them all. And let's have a look at message. So that, your gig, gig, they like their gigs, don't they? That's not really pertinent to anything. Rogue did 2 gigs for her, as I recall. El Capitan, gig, and that's general chat. Claire, no. Gina Jones. Yep, that's the giggy. Coach Reed. Julie, I need to do on camera. Zane Jaeger. I'll do that on camera. Jake Decoder. You're gonna be a geek. You're gonna be a geek. You're gonna be a geek. And he was semi-geek related. Dino Dvokovic. I did a load of gigs for you last recording. You got something spicy. Ooh, nope. Occupational hazard. Ooh. Destination unknown. Okay, so Ziga, Judy, and Claire are left for when I do other stuff on stream.